What happened to 15 biggest California lottery winners? Where are they now? About real lottery stories. California has produced more billion-dollar lottery winners than any other state in the country. Some vanished completely. Some ended up in court. One watched his own house burn down in a wildfire less than 2 years after winning. Here's what actually happened to 15 of California's biggest lottery winners. This state has quietly become the epicenter of American lottery history, and the way its winners have handled that fortune tells its own story about what happens when enormous sums of money meet strict, deliberate privacy laws. Number 1 on this list has to be Edwin Castro, the winner of the largest lottery jackpot in United States history, $2.04 billion, from a ticket sold at a gas station in Altadena in November 2022. Castro chose to stay almost entirely out of public view, declining interviews and public appearances from the very beginning. But staying quiet didn't mean staying out of trouble. He was hit with a lawsuit from a man who claimed Castro had actually stolen the winning ticket from him, a case that was ultimately dismissed by the court. Then, in a cruel twist nobody could have predicted, wildfires swept through Malibu and destroyed a home Castro owned, putting his name back in headlines for reasons that had nothing to do with luck at all. Even with the largest jackpot in American history behind him, Castro's story is proof that no amount of privacy fully insulates a winner from lawsuits, disputes, or disaster. It just determines how much of that story ever reaches the public at all. Number 2. Rosemary Casarati, who won the largest Mega Millions jackpot in California history, $1.27 billion, from a ticket bought at a gas station in Cottonwood, a small community in Shasta County, in December 2024. She declined to participate in the official press conference entirely, communicating only briefly by phone with lottery officials, and chose the lump sum payout, valued at more than $570 million after taxes. Beyond confirming her win, she's revealed almost nothing else publicly since. Lottery officials who spoke with her described her as grateful and happy about supporting public education, funding through the win, but even that second-hand description is essentially the only window the public has ever gotten into her reaction at all. Number 3. Yanira Alvarez, who won a $1.08 billion Powerball jackpot from a ticket purchased in downtown Los Angeles in July 2023. What stands out about her case is the timeline. California Lottery's official announcement naming her as the winner didn't come until more than 5 months after the jackpot was actually drawn, right at the edge of how long a winner can legally wait before stepping forward. That 5-month gap speaks for itself about how deliberately she and her advisors handled the process, using nearly the full window the law allowed rather than rushing to claim the prize the moment it became possible. Number 4. Marvin and May Acosta, a married couple from Chino Hills who were part of the three-way split of the largest jackpot in Powerball history, $1.586 billion in January 2016, shared with winners in Florida and Tennessee. Even splitting a record-breaking jackpot 3 ways still left the Acostas with hundreds of millions of dollars, and they've largely stayed out of the public eye in the years since, a pattern that repeats again and again across nearly every winner on this list. Their case is also a useful reminder that even a split jackpot at this scale still leaves winners with more money than the vast majority of lottery prizes ever awarded on their own. Number 5. Jeff Lindsay, a Menifee resident who claimed roughly $440 million from a Powerball jackpot in 2017, at the time the 10th largest lottery prize in U.S. history. Lindsay declined interviews, releasing only a brief written statement saying his family planned to invest carefully to support their causes for generations to come. A short, deliberately vague comment that revealed almost nothing about how the money would actually be used. The store that sold his ticket, a local liquor and deli shop, received its own $1 million bonus, and the shop owner admitted publicly he had no immediate plans for the windfall either, mirroring the same quiet, unhurried approach the winner himself was taking. That pattern, a brief statement, a declined interview, then years of silence, repeats so often among California's biggest winners that it's worth pausing on directly. California state law requires a winner's name to become public record, but nothing else. Not their age, not their address, not any biographical detail beyond the name itself. That's a critical distinction from states with full transparency laws, and it's a major reason California winners can claim enormous jackpots while still functionally disappearing from public life almost immediately afterward. Compare that to states that require full press conferences and detailed disclosures, and it becomes clear why so many California winners on this list share the exact same short, quiet arc: a name, a number, and then nothing further. Numbers 6 through 10 on this list follow that same disappearing pattern so closely that individually there's often nothing further to report. Multiple confirmed California winners of jackpots ranging from tens of millions to several $100 million have, after the mandatory name confirmation, simply never spoken publicly again. No interviews, no social media, no follow-up stories. From a storytelling perspective, that's frustrating. From a financial planning perspective, it's exactly what advisors who specialize in sudden wealth consistently recommend. Claim, confirm what's legally required, and then disappear from the story entirely. Local news outlets in the towns where these tickets were sold sometimes run a single follow-up piece months later, checking in with the store owner or the community, only to report the same conclusion each time. The winner simply isn't talking and has no plans to start. Number 11. Winners who use the claim process specifically to set up trusts or legal entities before ever appearing publicly, a strategy attorneys in this space describe as one of the most effective tools available in California specifically, since it allows the legally required name on record to belong to an entity rather than an individual in certain structured cases, adding an extra layer of separation between the public record and the winner's actual day-to-day life. Setting up that structure typically has to happen before the ticket is claimed, which means the winners using it were already thinking several steps ahead, long before their name ever appeared anywhere official. Number 12. Winners who took the lump sum option rather than an annuity, a decision Casarati and several other major California winners have publicly confirmed choosing. While an annuity spreads payments and, some advisors argue, reduces the temptation toward reckless spending, the lump sum option remains dramatically more popular among the state's biggest winners, most of whom appear to have paired that immediate access to the full sum with professional financial guidance rather than impulsive spending. The appeal is straightforward: full control, full flexibility, and the ability to invest or structure the money exactly as a winner's own advisors recommend, rather than waiting decades for the full amount to arrive in installments. Number 13. Winners whose stories intersect with genuine hardship after the win. Castro's wildfire, for instance, is a reminder that a jackpot doesn't insulate anyone from the ordinary and extraordinary risks of simply living a life. Health problems, lawsuits, natural disasters, and family disputes have touched even some of the largest, most carefully managed California wins on record, underscoring that no amount of financial planning eliminates risk entirely. It simply changes what a winner is equipped to handle when something does go wrong. A well-structured trust and a strong insurance policy can rebuild a house. They can't undo the disruption of watching it happen in the first place. Number 14. Winners whose selling location became more famous than they did. Joe's Service Center in Altadena, where Castro's ticket was sold, received a state bonus of $1 million for selling the winning ticket and became a minor local landmark in its own right. Proof that in a state where winners so consistently choose privacy, the story sometimes ends up being told through the store, the town, or the numbers themselves, rather than through the person who actually won. The same pattern played out at the gas station in Cottonwood and the liquor store in Menifee, each one briefly becoming a minor tourist curiosity while the actual winner remained entirely out of frame. And number 15. The winners still to come. California's lottery has already produced 3 of the 10 largest jackpots in United States history, all within roughly the last decade, and officials expect that trend to continue as jackpots across Powerball and Mega Millions keep climbing to record levels nationwide. Whoever claims the next 9 or 10-figure prize in this state will very likely follow the same script as most of the names on this list: a brief statement, a declined interview, and then, for better or worse, silence. If the pattern holds, we may not know their name for months, and we may never learn much more about them beyond that single, legally required detail. That silence is really the through line connecting almost every story here. California's biggest lottery winners aren't secretive because they have something to hide. They're quiet because the state's own laws make quiet the easiest, safest option available. And the winners who understood that fastest are, overwhelmingly, the ones still living comfortably years later, without a single new headline attached to their name. It's worth remembering that every single winner on this list started their story exactly the same way. A normal errand, a gas station, a liquor store, a routine stop that turned into the most consequential moment of their entire life. What separated them afterward wasn't the size of the jackpot, since several of these prizes differed by hundreds of millions of dollars.